Morning, everyone. It is Monday, the 3rd of August, 2026. It is coming up for 9:10. I've been out and I'm back in. I've been to have some bloods done for my kidney function. I've not had them done since we come back off holiday. And they were a little bit low on the Friday that I had them done, or the middle of the week, or whenever it was. I had them done week after, and they'd gone back up, and they were still borderline. So they wanted me having them done again. No problem. So I've been and had some blood taken. Plasters have come off, or cotton buds have come off now, but they tried in both arms, because, same old story as Saturday. Can't find a vein. But they've done it, and I will get a phone call, no doubt, telling me one way or the other. As the doctor said when she rang me last week, if they're round about where they should be, then we'll just carry on. If they're down, we'll address it and we'll do what we need to do. I will admit I probably haven't drunk as much liquids as I should this weekend, but it's a bizarre thing, I've done my bloods every morning, and over the last 3 days, I've had 2 10s and an 11, which aren't anything to worry about. They're in low ambers. Anything above a straight 10 is an amber. So I've had 2 10-point summits and an 11-point summit. So they're not rocketed and gone sky high. But I've done them this morning, and it was 7.1, which is one of the lowest I've had. And considering some of the crap that I ate yesterday, it's a bizarre one, that. So, but hey ho, what to tell you then? So, this day in history. So 9 years ago, I had a little bit of a problem with a screw in my tyre. I come up Pontefract Road and turn onto Grove Street, and I remember this well because I'd had no problem coming home. I turned onto Grove Street, and as soon as I had to turn onto Grove Street, the back end at scooter was wobbling all over the place. So I pulled over and managed to. I mean, bearing in mind, it's spitting distance from where I pulled over to our house, but I had to change the tyre because it was flat. I had to change the tyre to get home, basically. Thankfully, we being a Vespa, you can carry a spare wheel. So I fixed it and got home, and when I got home, I checked it over, and this little bugger, I say little, I haven't got a photo of it on my time up, but there were about much screw in my tyre, and then same again rattling round in my wheel, because it must have been year length, and then snapped in after that. So, and I got dirty and grubby as hell. Probably this time tomorrow I'll be showing you the pictures of it, because it'll probably come up on tomorrow's time up, because I know there's a photo somewhere of me with completely grubby hands because I've been doing it. But yes, that's 9 years ago. 2 years ago, me and my beautiful wife went down to Oakwell. Not for football. I said me and my beautiful wife. Me, my beautiful wife, my handsome son, and my beautiful daughter-in-law. Not married, but she might as well be. Went down to Oakwell, and not for football. We went to see people battling each other. I have never been to a boxing match, bouts, I don't know what they call them, or event. Let's call it an event. Never been to a boxing event before 2 years ago. I've not been since. Did I enjoy it? Well, yeah. One of the best nights I've had in a long, long, long time. It was fantastic. It really was out of this world. Callum Simpson were fighting. He's a Barnsley lad, and it's the first time that they've ever done anything like that down at Oakwell. They did it again last year when he fought and lost. I think he lost. I can't remember now. I'm not a boxing fan, but it was one of them. They've never done it, and they're doing it. And I fancy going and experiencing it. And it was an experience. I think Finley and Judd went last time, and they actually sat on they paid a bit more, and they sat on the floor nearer the ring. We were up in East Stand. Yeah, it was cracking. It was a really good night. The undercard, the boxes that they had on before, they had. Well, from the point we got there, at least there were 3 fights before Callum, and two blokes, well, 4 blokes battering each other, and 2 women battering each other, and they were just as entertaining as Callum Simpson. Yeah, I said Callum Wilson earlier. I don't know why, but no, Callum Simpson. And yeah, it was very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. Would I do it again? Possibly. Possibly, like I said, they did it like I wasn't fit enough last year. So, but no, it were a cracking night. So yeah, 9 years and 2 years is not really else to tell you about this day in history. So I will tell you a little bit about a couple of things on Saturday. Just put my notes away. Firstly, Saturday morning, I woke up Saturday morning, and it's rare that I sleep on my back, but I woke up on my back, and I got such pain in my chest and tight and just feeling really heavy. Thinking, oh fucking hell, I'm having an heart attack. No. I'm laid flat on my back and that Baxter was laid on me. Still a little chuff. I'll give him his due though. He then laid with me for a good half hour, being affectionate. I was getting kisses off him and he would let me tickle his belly and whatnot. But yeah, for a fraction of a second as I woke up, I thought I was headed back to hospital. The other thing about Saturdays when we got home from hospital, as I told you, there was a friendly playing. Kicked off at 7, and we were coming up our street at 10 to 7. Or so coming up towards. Now on a match day, and I understand it, but on a match day, they close Summit Roads round Oakwell. As you can see on this map, they close the bottom of Grove Street, and they also close the top of Belgrave Road. And I get it, there's people and one thing and another, and you know, and they only close them at a certain point in the afternoon or the evening in the lead up to the match. I've had so many arguments with people. We didn't have an argument as such on Saturday, but we got to the top of Barlow Street, where Crossroads are, where Mural is, and where Corner Shop is. And he's like, they've got bollards across and signs saying road close, and this big van that they've all signs and bollards in. There's a bloke leaning against van and another bloke all in IV's council work type things. He's like pointing at sign. And Vic White's ringing us. She's like, we're going home. You can't come down here. And Vic's like, we're going home. we live. If you come down Belgrave Road and you turn onto Coniston Road, and our terrace is just off Coniston Road. It's like we've been to hospital, and I'm there showing him bloody patches on me. And, you know, I've been at bloody hospital and me walking sticks and one thing and another. This is like, we live down here at First Road. He turns to his mate with walkie-talkie and he's like, oh, they live there, pointing at the first house on the right down Belgrave. Oh, they live there. And I'm like, I'm out at window. I'm like, no, we don't live there. We live down there. And then I'm walkie-talkie and one thing and another. And eventually it's like, yeah, come on, you can come through. And he shits corns. And Vicky's like, can I make a suggestion that you have a word with your bosses at council and they issue permits, residence permits, to people that want to park on their own street? And you know, don't have to tell me, love, I've been at this job 2 years and I'm fed up in it. You need to speak to the club. You can't speak to the club because the club have got no authorisation over bloody roads around club. Now, here's the thing. In 97, when we went into Premier League, for our one and only stint there, they did issue parking permits, residence permits, for all the streets around Oakwell. And they had barriers with police on the barriers, and the only way you got to come up and down is by having your little parking permit, your residence permit, in your windscreen. Because the problem you've got, and bearing in mind we've been here 30 years, the problem you've got is people would rather park on the streets around the club than pay, I think it's £5 a match, to park in the car park, or park at car parks in town. And it's a joke. Now, the problem we've got on our street is we live in a set of back-to-back terraces, which we've got a footpath at the front and we've got a service road at the back. You're not allowed to park on the service road because it's there in case any emergency services need to get. So there's 10, 12, 14. There's 14 houses on our street, 7 either side. There's next one down which has got 14, and I think there's another one at the bottom of that. So you've got like 38, 45 houses with no parking, nowhere to park in front of their house. So when we moved here 30 years ago, we were surrounded by elderly people, most of which didn't have a car because they didn't need one. It's like walking distance into town. But as years have gone on, and now we're the elderly people, I mean, in his mid-50s, you know, as we've got older and as we've been here longer, the older people have either moved or sadly left us. So you've had younger people moving in. And younger people are driving. Younger people tend to have a car each. So it's like, all right, I don't drive a car. I've always had scooters. But if me and Vicky had a car, a young couple next door to us who moved today have a car each, and one's the other side of us have a car each. In 3 houses there, you've got 6 cars. No fucking place to park them. Mel and Sandra, who used to live at number 8, he tarmacked their back garden and put a beef sliding gate on, which meant he could drive down Service Road and park in his backyard. They were in the 50s or 60s when we moved in, and there'd no kids. Grandkids rarely visited, and I'm not surprised at that because they were a nasty pair of people. I'll tell you more about them another day. needless to say, the first day we got his keys and moved in, we were tidying up in and around house, and I brushed a load of dirt. Well, not dirt, but dust kind of stuff in the back garden. I'm thinking, what shall I do with it? I opened the back gate and I swept it into service road at back. And the sooner I'd done that, then Sandra's out of the back. We don't do that round here. Cough. He once had a go at me at length at grass. Your grass is too long in the back garden. Your grass is too long. You ought to cut it. I just turned and I says, well, I'm at work all day. Vicky's at work all day. You're retired, you don't do out. You fucking cut it if you're that bothered about it. I says, you can hold on now. I pay the mortgage. Anything that happens within our boundary is our business, not yours. As soon as you pay my mortgage, Malvin, you can decide what happens in our house and the gardens. But shut up, we barely spoke after that. If we did, it were about football. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, so we've a problem parking, even when it's not a match day. I can guarantee you now there'll be people parked on our street now at, 9:25 that don't live here because they're parked here to walk into Barnsley, which again, I fully understand. You don't want to be paying to park your car in town centre all day, every day. But the match days are worse for it because, like I said, people won't pay parking fees. So we used to have parking permits. We don't have parking permits now. The sad reality is, though, after we got relegated from Premier League, the council actually asked the tenants, do you want to carry on with parking permits? Now, you got two for no. If you wanted extra ones, you had to pay. So me and Vic, we had one, and I think we did one to Vicky's mum. And then we paid for one for my mum and dad, I believe. I might be wrong in that, but it's a long time ago. It's 30 years ago, near enough. So yeah, they asked the public, they asked the residents if they wanted the parking permits to carry on. Majority said no. Why? Why? I know it was different round back then, but why? So yeah, so every time Barnsley play at home now, the roads are shut off. They even do it with flyover. You can't come down flyover because of people walking out of town to get to Oakwell. I mean, it's with Barnsley, it's not like there's 40,000 people descending on club every Saturday. You know, we get 12,000 people at minute. So, but anyway, that's my rant. What else to tell you? Keep looking over there and looking out at window. I don't know why there's no happening. What else to tell you? I was sat watching Pink Floyd at Pompeii yesterday afternoon, tea time-ish, and Vicky was sat on the sofa watching along. And not like this. She actually was watching it, and it starts with Echoes, part one, and she's like, bit dull, isn't it? It's just the same thing over and over and over again. We've been together since 1994. I'll leave it. I want to talk about music and Vicky and music and me, music another time. Needless to say, she's not that big a fan. But yeah, so that's that. What else to tell you? No, not really else to tell you. And I've waffled now for, God, a long time, 20 odd minutes nearly. Yeah, I'm going to go and have some breakfast. Like I said, I've got up, had a cup of tea, gone, had my blood taken, come home, done this. That's what I'm going to tell you. Our local taxi firm, which you know I've had issues with him last couple of months because I've told you. If I was to get a taxi from my GP practice home, you're talking £8, there or thereabouts. I've just got an Uber. I had 3 choices of Ubers. I had the book and wait, which were £3 something. I had the wait a little bit, which were £4 something. Or I had the express, which were £5 5p, which I chose. And I tipped him £2. I know, I'm money bags, mate. I mean, to be able to tip him £2 and it still come out cheaper. How can they do that? The best thing about it is, right, the express will be with you in 4 minutes. The next one, the wait, or slightly wait, will be with you in 7 minutes. The book and wait was 13 minutes. 13 minutes isn't long to wait, and it would have been £3.50. So why are they charging £8? Not only that, but with Uber you can, I mean, I'm preaching to the choir, I know that. People understand Uber, they've been doing it long enough. But you're paying your card. So you book it. I mean, you can pay cash, but you book it, it takes your payment. Which I'm a little bit about because it's like, what if they don't turn up, they've had my money. But it's like, there you go, £5 5p. I mean, it should have been £5.80 odd, I think, but there were a discount. There's receipt here. But I don't understand. There's such a gap, such a void between what they offer. I mean, before I closed app, there was still a price list there of what I could get, and it had gone up to about £7-8. You know, but even then, that was express, which would have been with me in about 4, 5, 6 minutes. You can book them with local taxi firm. I'm not going to name them, but you can book them with local taxi firm, and they can take half an hour. It took about 50 minutes for one to turn up once. I'd sooner pay £8-9 and it turn up within 4 minutes than pay £8-9 and stand there waiting for God knows how long. But anyway, Ranty time is back. I haven't ranted like this since I used to do my old radio shows. I do like to just get it off my chest. Anyway, yes. I'm going to go and make myself bacon and egg sandwich now. And I will see you in the morrow. TTFN. I have forgot to mention it's Vicky's birthday on 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, Thursday. And for the last few weeks, we've had the same old conversation. Me, what would you like for your birthday? Vicky, I haven't got a clue. Me, well, just have a think about it, love, and let me know, will you? All right. A couple of days later, what would you like for your birthday? I don't know. Surprise me. I'm not surprising you. Because every time I surprise you, I buy you something, and you say, oh, that's lovely, and it gets stuck in a drawer or stuck in a cupboard, and it's never used. Tell me something that you want, or I'm just giving you money. I want money. So, she was, then Melissa come yesterday, your sister, and Stuart, Melissa's husband, to help Vicky fix pull string thing because she went and bought a new one. And they were on about this, that, and other, and Melissa and Stuart go on holiday in September. And Melissa's like, you got a sewing machine? And Vicky's like, no, why? been thinking of getting one, but why? Says, oh, I need my trousers. Vic's like, I've got pins. I've got all pins. I've got cotton. I've got needles. I can do it, but I'll have to do it by hand. If you want me to take your trousers up and one thing and another, fetch them through. We'll measure you, get them all done. I'll do it by hand. Light bulb. So after they'd gone and Vicky were doing whatever she was doing, I had a quickie sneaky peek on that online shopping site that don't pay enough tax, and I found a sewing machine, and I showed it to her and I asked her, and she likes it, so I've ordered it, and it comes today. Hey! Shut up! Hey! Shut up! Parent you. It's Rudy's mum and dad moving house. So it comes today. So yeah, it's another reason that I'm up and early. Alright, predominantly to go to doctor's, but for that coming. And I guarantee you now, it probably won't get it till about 5 o'clock. And I've told her she can have it straight away. So yeah, there we go. TTFN again. Ta-da. For now. Good morning, my wonderful friends of... Hello again, my phone people. How are we? It's the 2020... Oh, fuck off! So we are.